everybody, what's up? Welcome to the Library of the Multiverse here. We're here with Star Shadow, aka Star, librarian VTuber, actual librarian, family man, all that good stuff. So, yes, I do have a family. Yes, I do have a young daughter. Yes, I do have cats. And when people and cats have settled down for the night, it is time for me to play some games, because this is my time to relax. So I do a variety of stuff. Variety of games, really. Been playing some Quarter Keeper. We've been playing some... what else were we playing? I'm completely forgetting now. But we played, like, Unicorn Overlord. We played some Yakuza Infinite Wealth. Played a bunch of stuff on stream here, so today we're gonna be playing some Honkai Star Rail. Could start working on the Trailblaze Continuance, which I haven't done yet, and I'd like to get into and get done so I can start working on the event, which we might do here as well. So for the next few streams, this is what we're gonna be working on. However, I am thinking that with the release of Dragon Age the Veilguard coming soon, maybe I should put some time into Inquisition, which I never got very far in. Maybe I should do that and to get ready. I'm really thinking as soon as we're done here, that might be what we do, because I do want to play Veilguard. And I will have access to it. Therefore, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should. Maybe that is what we need to do. So, and like, I've been out of the Dragon Age game for a little bit now. Since Inquisition came out, I've forgotten pretty much everything that goes on. Even like Origins. I never played 2. But I think Inquisition is like directly preceding the events that are going to happen in Veilguard, so at least having that one in our pocket will help. So we do like maybe we do like a story focused run. We do story, try and knock out some side quests and stuff, and see how things go. I think that might be what I want to do after this. I think that might be the next kind of couple of things. I still want to do a Dragon's Dogma. Dragon Dogma 2. It seems to, I don't know what's going on. It seems to not like my video card. I might have to wait until I upgrade video cards, which I will probably do when the next NVIDIA ones come out. I might try to get a 5080, but it's just I've not been able to do it, and I was looking forward to it. So we'll try and get into that too. But I guess then this will be a good thing to get into now. So maybe we'll do Inquisition into Veilguard, and but that's gonna be after this though. I gotta get through Honkai Star Rail, and I might want to do some of the event here too, so but that'll be in the future. So the next few days at least will be, well, today, tomorrow, definitely will be this. If things fall apart on Saturday, where I would normally be on the other channel, I may be here again to continue, but then next week we'll do Monday, Tuesday we'll do some more Star Rail, then I'm out the rest of that week, and then we'll come back and we'll see, we'll take a look at after Tuesday and see how far we've gotten, and then kind of decide how we want to do things. But I'm really starting to lean towards doing some Inquisition, because like I said, I did a little bit. I got into the first big area, and I never left. And so I think that's kind of... I did eventually leave, actually, and that's kind of where I quit. So I think that was kind of the issue. And then I got wrapped up in something else. So this would be a good time to go back and do it. So I guess we got, what, a quarter of the way through it? Maybe a little bit more, though. So yeah, I think that's a good plan, actually. Yeah, yeah, I think so. I think that's a good plan. So we'll be very busy coming up then, at least. So that's good. I like that. Well, like having some idea of what's going on here. Does mean a little bit of we'll have to put Core Keeper on the shelf a little bit, but maybe we can squeeze in some as well to just got a text. I'm trading it from one of my friends. But yeah, we can always try and mix that in a little bit to just not be super stale on it. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how things go. But I really think that's gonna really do it. Let me see this. There we go. All right. So, yeah, I got sidetracked there by that. Let's go to the game. Let's go to the game. Because, well, you don't need to see everything I had on there. There we go. I forgot that I'd done that, so a little silly of me, but it is what it is. I forgot I'm actually sharing my screen this time, so you could see like all the freaking windows we got open. Nothing too interesting. Bunch of I always do a lot of my browsing in private windows on Firefox, so that's why I have a couple of those open, just so I don't have it cluttering up like my history and stuff when I'm just looking at random things, which I think most people are like, yeah, that's kind of stuff in case you in case there is something that you want to remember when you're random browsing, but it's rare that I have that happen. So it's like I was like looking at like Godot and some other stuff. I mean, one of those had a restream on it, and then I had another window open too that I wasn't using right at that moment. You know, Xbox got the thing like GOG Galaxy was up, but I had nothing that anyone really would care about. All right, so here we go. So in the last bit of the Trailblaze Continuance, which was the last patch, we were invited back to the Luofu in order to be a part of the festivities around an event called the War Dance Ceremony. We were invited back by Jing Yuan, or Jing Yuan, who is the general leading that ship, and so we were like, cool, let's go celebrate. Turns out there was more to it than they let on, as a couple of the other bigger ships, I guess they're kind of like countries in a way, among the fleet are joining for the ceremony, but their leaders are actually investigating the events of all that happened around the events in the Luofu big storyline back after Belobog. So all of that went down with Dan Heng turning in back into his Bibiter Lune form and all the stuff that went down with the Fantilia and all that stuff. And so they're just investigating, making sure stuff was, you know, what they said it was, because, you know, there's issues of trust and such, and, you know, they just want to make sure things are above board, basically, I guess. Along the way, also, as a side thing, one of the biggest enemies of the Feixiao clan, but, you know, the big old ears and everything, they, the Lafu has the big enemy imprisoned in their prison called Hule, who is a Boris and one of the wolf guys. Big ass wolf guy, we found out in the last one. And so, kind of related to the events and that happened and the investigations, they want to, the Feixians want to take Hule and put him in their own prison, and to do with what they want, because this is their ancient enemy and they suffered an awful lot under the Borson, and so they, you know, really hate this guy. So he is been being tortured for like 700 years and is not dying. So he is like a big deal. Like he is basically a big calamity that has been in this prison for a long time, and we're supposed to switch him to the other ship, and well, we're there to give our statement while this exchange is going to be happening. And turns out that the Borson have infiltrated the guards and such, and have now broken Hule out of prison, which is bad. That's bad, Homer. So this is where we're picking up then. Shackling prison has fallen and a pack of wolves has broken free, among which is their leader Hule, who I just mentioned is gonna be a problem. This startling development has upset everyone's plans before the war dance ceremony can even commence. While the Xianzhou alleyways seem as calm and peaceful as ever, wolves capable of shape-shifting have already hidden themselves in the crowd. After escaping from the shackling prison in one piece, you find Yanqing, who is anxiously pacing about. So yeah, no one knows that this prison break just happened, so no one else knows what's going down. The war dance ceremony is going to be going on as planned as far as we know, because like I said, this just happened, so there's no one to really, you know, stop this, and just finding this information out. So there's a lot going down here, and there's politics going down, and yeah, this is going to be interesting, I think. So let's find out what the hell is going to be going on. What in the hell? What is this supposed to be? Tales of the Fantastic. Okay. Oh, is this the... Oh no, this is that's the storyteller. Okay. So let's find out what's going down. Actually, I need to change my team. Let's change the team first.
Is that a stain?
We better get a team that actually has a full member. But see, we got Feixiao, who is Feixiao, but like the first hunt character that I'm really working on. So we've done pretty good actually with her. So let's take a look at how we've done. So like home, we gotta do a little bit of work on. I haven't done a lot of grinding, which I should do for the first hunt material, because like I said, I'm not using any hunt characters previously. But yeah, look at that. So we're getting there in the traces. Look at that. We got one fully maxed out. We're working on the ultimate and also the skill. So we're getting there with her. So she's actually not the worst. I mean, obviously not perfect. The crit rate is a little low, and the attack is still working on it. But we're working on things. I'm still looking for a bunch of things here. At least like main stat plus like a secondary one to to start. So we got work to do, but she is like getting somewhere, which is awesome. All right, so we'll use our normal team because this team kicks everyone's ass. Just love using this team.
Come on in.
After the shackling prison break on the Starskip Haven streets.
Seriously? When is this war dance going to start? The Sky Splitter has been hovering there for ages. When can we board and see what's inside?
Is this how long-life species live? Everything proceeds so slowly. The effectiveness of anticipation in my emotional center is at an all-time high. Oh, I need to drink some coolant.
Relax. The Realm Keeping Commission will send boarding notices to all ticket holders. The Gazette said the Sky Splitter will fire a salute before the ceremony starts.
I saw the schedule for the first day of the tournament. Can you believe the Ringmaster accepted 4 challenges? And he's just a kid. So, who are you betting on, Bardo?
I like how Yenching heard it and turned around when the kid started talking. He's like, what? Someone said my name?
I'm betting on neither. I lost all my credits betting on Roboball games in Taikian. This time, I've decided not to rely on probability games to accomplish my target of getting rich.
War dance.
Yeah.
There you are.
Yeah, we're looking real happy about things right now.
I heard you and Mr. Dan Heng went to meet the judges, and then a riot broke out in the shackling prison. I was so worried about you. Thank goodness you both made it out safe.
So let's discuss what happened.
There was a revolt in the shackling prison. Fortunately, we were protected by the guards until the Cloud Knights arrived to rescue us.
Yeah, we were with Anya, which was cool. Well, what happened on your end?
I was planning to take Miss March and Yun Li to Stargazer Navalia to see the Sky Splitter up close, but we stumbled upon a group of suspicious Foxians carrying official identities.
Those were obviously shape-shifting Borison.
They were acting strange, so out of curiosity, we decided to follow them. It turns out they were actually Borison disguised as Foxians. It seems they infiltrated Stargazer Navalia in order to prepare for Hulei's escape. And we foiled their plans by pure chance. I wonder who provided them with those disguises. And how many more Borison have taken advantage of the war dance to infiltrate the ship.
Those tourists over there are talking about you.
Yeah, I heard them too. But I'm afraid I'll have to disappoint them. I've already reported to General Jing Yuan that I'll give up my role as the Ringmaster.
What? You're not going to defend the ring?
The security of the Luofu is more important to me than anything else. I need to fulfill my duties as a Cloud Knight Lieutenant before taking on the honor of being a Ringmaster. Those tourists just want to see some good sword fights. Anyone can participate in this kind of tournament. Doesn't have to be me. The real challenge lies beyond the ring on the Sky Splitter. If we don't capture the fugitives soon, Hulei will wreak havoc. Obviously, there's someone behind the scenes orchestrating this prison break, intending to spread chaos. If we fail to thwart their evil plan, what honor will be left for us to uphold?
Well said. You may be tiny in stature, but your ambition matches that of the Yao Qing's warriors.
Nice.
Hey, this has nothing to do with my height.
Did you call him a short king? What brings you here, General?
Yes, I suggested to Yanqing that we find a place to have a decent meal. A hunter must be well fed before the hunt.
Yep. And she's fun to play too. Like, she's like really, like I said, the first hunt character I've like really enjoyed playing. And she's also follow-up, which I don't have a lot of follow-up help, but she slots in where she slots in. Still been fun.
you still have a good appetite, even in the face of disaster. You truly are the Merlin's Claw. Please finish the food quickly so we can get to work, General Feixiao.
So she is the general that was leading the investigation into the whole incidents before, and also leading the team that was taking over the guardianship, the prisonership of the big bad Hule. So she's kind of involved in everything, it seems like.
Well, that's not up to me. Dig in. I called you here so you could enjoy the food.
Me? This isn't the time for a leisurely meal, and this is way too much for me.
She's telling you to grow, man.
Oh. You'd give me time to enjoy a meal, but not yourself? Ever since you encountered those Borison spies, you've been so busy that you've hardly eaten anything. You can't defeat Hule on an empty stomach. Take your time. Enjoy the meal and calm yourself.
Hule's whereabouts are still unknown, and they've even taken Mr. Jiao Cho hostage. The longer we wait, the more complicated the situation becomes.
I can hear my cats running around upstairs. Sound like horses on the running across the floor.
Jiao Cho always said I'm the most impatient person among the Cloud Knights, and I can't argue with that. So, there's no reason for you to be more anxious than me. I've fought against Borison abominations for years, and I know their ferocity and cunning well. The Borison were clearly well prepared for this prison break, and now they are staying in the shadows. They have no reason to rush out into the open.
They got some pretty scenery on this big ass ship.
When facing cunning and ferocious prey, the hunter must be more patient, biding their time to seize the golden chance for a decisive blow. Once Hule loses his patience and reveals himself, that's when we'll strike.
But when will that time come?
Settle down, young grasshopper.
Like I said, it's only one meal away.
Oh, the wisdom. Right after the shackling prison break, in the seat of divine foresight.
General Hua Yan, the Skyfaring Commission has finished its preparations. Do you have any other instructions?
Representing the consensus between the Merlin's Claw and the Divine Foresight, I'll step in as the temporary commanding officer of the seat of Divine Foresight and oversee the Six Commission's affairs on the Luofu.
Hi, Bess. You just finished your first live stream. Congratulations. It's definitely a journey. So, good luck. Tough out there as a girl streamer? Well, it's tough out there for everyone, but yes, I understand that girls can have it very rough. So, hopefully it goes well for you. Good luck. And keep at it. Thanks for stopping by.
What is the situation at the shackling prison?
Hule made a quick escape and even sealed the gates of the prison. As of now, the Cloud Knights have re-established contact with the staff inside. The good news is the two Nameless who were trapped in the shackling prison are safe and sound.
I know I shouldn't use the word great given the current situation, but I'm relieved that she and Don Hung are safe.
We've lost contact with one of the messengers from the Xianzhou Yaoqing. The Borison have likely taken him hostage.
That is true. They have taken one of those from the Yaoqing hostage. We did see that in the confusion. They were going to kill him, but he outsmarted them. and is now biding his time, trying to figure out how he can best utilize the situation and not get himself killed.
Don't worry, Yuko. Feixiao is leading the wolf hunt operation, and you know how capable she is.
I have no doubt about General Feixiao's capabilities, General Huaiyan. I'm more concerned about the Wardens. According to the plan, the ceremony will begin in 6 hours. The Sky Splitter will be activated, and all visitors will board the ship to watch the contest. But now, with Hulei's whereabouts unknown, everything is filled with uncertainty.
Should the war dance really be held as scheduled?
March is right, Grandpa. I heard the escaped prisoner from the shackling prison is beyond formidable. In case anything goes wrong.
So, Yun-Li, what do you think we should do?
Well, I believe we should declare martial law and allocate manpower to search for the escaped prisoners. And as for the war dance, it's better to announce an indefinite delay for now.
So she would panic the populace. Smart.
Your plan sounds solid, but unfortunately solid plans rarely get a chance to be implemented. I believe there are at least 2 parties who won't accept your approach.
Which 2 parties?
The first are the many travelers who have come all the way here for the war dance. If we declare martial law now, it's like declaring that the Law Fu isn't safe. How do you think the outsiders would react? They'd be terrified, and chaos might ensue. The second party is the staff of the Xianzhou Law Fu's 6 commissions. They've invested a lot of resources and manpower into organizing the war dance. Suddenly suspending it indefinitely would create numerous challenges for them. But of course, not everyone disagrees with your idea.
Really?
The mastermind behind this incident would fully support your opinion, presumably.
Oh, damn. Way to totally shit on her there.
Hulei's escape and your discovery of Borisin's spies at Stargazer Navalia. Even a child could guess that these events were orchestrated. The fugitive is just one piece in the game. The one controlling the pieces wants to spread chaos and suspicion among the people on the Law Fu. If we declare martial law and postpone the war dance, we'll fall into their trap and instill fear in people even before Hulei actually does anything.
Indeed, indeed.
So what do we do?
You take him out in quiet.
We'll search for the prisoners while maintaining order on the Law Fu, acting as if nothing has happened.
As if nothing has happened? Yan Qing said he'd assist the generals, and now he's nowhere to be found. With the host ringmaster gone, how are we supposed to act like nothing has happened?
He'll be back.
That's why I called the 2 of you here.
I'm trying to figure out what March would say here. I know the Trailblazer, they don't have something stupid enough for the Trailblazer. March might say this, but this one kind of seems like it might be funnier. Okay, let's go with this one. Are you suggesting that I take Yan Qing's place as ringmaster?
General Huaiyan, are you asking me to take Yan Qing's place as the ringmaster?
We had an event also last patch that had March studying under both Yun-Li and Yan Qing to be a sword master. Well, not really a sword master, but to start learning the art of the sword, which is pretty funny. And there were all kinds of shenanigans there. So that's why she's all dressed up in her Xianzhou dress here. And she's gotten kind of an upgrade into, I guess she's a hunt character too now. Or, well, I mean, her secondary form is a hunt character. That's a imaginary hunt. Which, I mean, I have Dr. Ratio, for the free Dr. Ratio that I'm not building because I'm only building the females. But, so she could end up being like one of the few imaginary elements that I have built, at least. And she's only like half built, but could be better built.
You caught on quickly, Miss March. That's exactly what I mean.
Wait, what? I thought this was like thought it'd be funny. Maybe I should have went with asking if he wanted to be, or if he was gonna do it.
But Miss March is a guest invited by General Jing Yuan, Grandpa. How can an outsider represent the Lawfu in the ring? It will make the Xianzhou Lawfu a laughingstock.
No offense?
Dear child, the nameless of the Astral Express are renowned throughout the cosmos. It's an honor to have them participate in the ceremony. Plus, Miss March is a disciple of the little Cloud Knight Lieutenant. How can she be regarded as an outsider? We can't afford to have any problems during the war dance. I'm entrusting you not only with the honor of the ring, but also with the security of the Sky Splitter.
March? You gotta trust March with all this? That seems like a lot of responsibility.
Yukong, please explain to them the rest of the arrangements.
Ooh, Ling Sha's point of view. Who will also be pulling for 3 dual hours before the war dance convenes in the Shackling prison. Or convenes. Now we're in the Shackling prison.
I am sorry for our improper management, and I truly appreciate your assistance, General.
There is no need to apologize. We Cloud Knights fight on the battlefield while you judges punish the criminals. We are two sides of the same Xianzhou Luofu, and it is my honor to serve the Ten Lords' commission. I've grasped the situation of the prison break. Now tell me more about the current state of the Shackling prison.
Hanya's so pretty. So pretty.
Borisin infiltrated the prison in disguise and released the prisoners, spreading chaos. Among the judges on duty in the 4 divisions, Judge Shui from the detention division was killed and is temporarily unavailable. So, I'm taking over her duties and commanding Arumaton spectral envoys and spiritfarers to quickly restore order in the affected areas.
Also to note that Judge Shui is a automaton herself, I guess. Her soul is linked to one, so she, even though she was killed, her body, it was just her body, the body she was using was destroyed. So she's still technically alive, just unavailable. And also, Hanya and Shui are sisters. It's a very cute relationship between them.
I and the 2 behind me will go deeper into the prison to investigate.
But, General, the situation inside is still chaotic and perilous. Your presence would be
a real help.
It's common for Cloud Knight generals to face danger directly. Hule has escaped, and the Yaoqing envoy is being held hostage by the Borisin. His fate is unknown. This is a grave matter. Not only did the Merlin's Claw offer no reproach, she decided to go after Hule herself to prevent further calamity. I believe the Luofu owes her something in return for her fervent determination. How did the infiltrators learn about the location where Hule was held? And how did they time their plan just before the Yaoqing messengers were ready to escort him? Finding the answer to these questions shouldn't be too difficult. What truly matters is if we can gather the clues that lead us to the mastermind behind all of this.
I understand, but I'm afraid it won't be an easy task.
For a long time, this hidden force has been pursuing their own goals and undermining the security of the Luofu. Backing down now will only encourage them to further endanger the peace here.
The Ten Lords Commission will support your decision with everything we have, General.
Dan Heng and Ling Sha. I'll need both of you to accompany me on this challenging journey.
Well, it's part of my responsibilities as the Cauldron Master. So, where would you like to start, General?
So yes, pull for Lingsha as well. Even though we ran into a rough situation with Feixiao and our pulls there, so we need all of the jades we can get right now so that we can continue to pull for characters that we want.
Let's start with those Borisin disguised as Foxians.
My people have already prepared the evidence.
Okay. Oh, okay, so she is okay, can I see what she does? Okay, here we go. Perfect. No, there we go. Oh no, I can't. They're not gonna let me see what she does. Let's try with my mouse here. Cannot view detailed info. Okay, but she's fire. Okay, that's mostly what I wanted to know. But what's her?
Memories seem to be different again.
What's her? What's her path? That's what I want to know. Abundance. Okay, so we got 2 abundance right now, which is not gonna work. Hopefully she's good. Let's throw. So Dots and Link Shot. Well, I have no idea what she's gonna do, but that's there we go. This will work for right now. All right, so let's have a look around real quick. Can we talk to anyone? So far, no. Yes, there we go. Any chests or anything? No, we're just walking around. Okay. But she's pretty too. Kind of like a more simple style design here. Still very effective. All right.
According to Lieutenant Yenqing's report, he stumbled upon a few suspicious Foxians at Stargazer Navalia. After following them, he discovered that they were actually Borisin in disguise. This is one of the bodies.
Looking at him now, it's hard to imagine how he transformed into a Foxian.
My alchemists detected some complex ingredients in his remains, which might explain how these Borisin were able to disguise themselves as Foxians. Simply put, Foxians and Borisin share a common ancestry. Although they look completely different now, there isn't much genetic difference between them. This medicine allows Borisin to temporarily change their shape into that of Foxians.
That's interesting. I would not have guessed that they... I mean, it makes sense now, history-wise and everything, that they share a common ancestor. And if they share a common ancestry, then yeah, there wouldn't be much genetic difference between them. I mean, it's surprising how little difference is between even, say, I think it's like the genetic difference between like a human and a banana is not very big. It's like 70-something% coverage, I think, if I remember correctly. I think that's what it was. Or is it less? I forget. Hold on. I gotta look this up now. So I don't want you to see what on my screen. So too bad, y'all. Let me do this then. All right. Genetic difference between human and banana. Okay, no, it's 44%. So even that, We in fact share about 50% of our genes with plants. So even that, how different we are. Or I mean, Pfizer says 60% actually. So yeah, so like we'll just say around 50% of our genes are different from plants. So, and you would not expect that with how different we are, but there is a lot of genetic material, genetic code, I guess, that is common just amongst life. And then it's like the remaining bit that is what allows the difference between very like completely different species. I mean, when you think of the difference between humans and say like chimpanzees, I mean, we're 99% similar in genetic similarity, I guess. And we're pretty different too. I mean, we know we share a common ancestor, so this is not. It's the point is that even though they look quite different, they can still share so much genetic similarity. And especially if they're that closely related, they probably share in the high 90% of like genetic, I don't want to say genetic material, but genetic information, which is pretty cool.
So, in other words, if they stop taking the medicine, their true form will soon be revealed?
The infiltration technique the general is familiar with. I want to know this one, but I also want to say that one.
The formula and technique seem oddly familiar.
The disciples of Sanctus Medicus. Looks like the Alchemy Commission is involved once again. When I was sorting through the prescriptions they use, I came across one called Semblance Reversion Essence. It's designed to help those disciples suppress signs of their Mara-struck forms and maintain their normal appearance. When I compared it to the medicine found in the Borison's body...
They're one and the same, aren't they?
The medicinal properties and ingredients may differ, but the principle remains the same.
Since ancient times, the Borison have always sought to have more powerful bodies, regarding the Phoxians as weaklings. Yet, in order to save their warhead, they were willing to disguise themselves as Phoxians. Their determination is quite remarkable.
If these infiltrators rely on the medicine to maintain their disguise, then following this lead in our investigation seems prudent. Please follow me.
Competency.
Here we are. According to the judge, this area is not yet under control, so we should proceed cautiously. I've captured the nature of the medicine in my sensor.
Right.
By following the
Competency.
medicinal fumes, we should be able to retrace the steps of the disguised Borison.
Competency is very sexy. Alright, what do we find in here? A prison guard is collapsed on the ground, her body twisted unnaturally. So let's examine the remains of the warden.
Incredible strength. The attacker shattered this warden's bones with a single blow.
Such brute strength is not something an ordinary Borison possesses. This is likely the work of Hule.
If I may be so bold to ask, is this Borison truly that formidable?
Yes.
I have lived a bit longer and engaged in a few more battles than you, Miss Lingshaw. To the Alliance, Borison have always been the most formidable adversaries. And Hule is a monster feared even among his own kind. With his strength, Hule united numerous Borisan packs, forming a grand army of abominations of abundance. They constantly pushed the Alliance's armies into perilous positions. Over 7 centuries ago, I followed my mentor on a campaign against the abominations. And I personally witnessed the devastation on the battlefield after Hule appeared. Even with medicinal pellets that suppressed the fear caused by his lupitoxin, countless Cloud Knights succumbed to panic in the face of his murderous aura. They couldn't even raise a hand in resistance. If the former Sword Champion hadn't immobilized Hule with her Frostblade, the outcome of that fateful battle could have been very different.
And let's not forget that former Sword Champion is Jing Liu.
By the end of the battle, only a few of us remained. The Crimson Moon cast the sheen of blood on all. Everything I saw was painted dark red.
If that's the case, why wasn't the beast executed instead of being imprisoned?
Because they tried.
On the Xianzhou Jumi, the judges cast those unforgivable and nearly immortal abominations of abundance into the eternal flames of the stars, reducing them to ashes. Their so-called immortality is just a facade. I mean, nothing can truly defy death, can it? I just don't understand why the Luofu kept this tumor for so long, leading to the terrible situation we're facing now. But I guess I understand. The people of the Luofu are known for their kindness. Even when faced with the malignant tumor within the Alchemy Commission, they couldn't bring themselves to cut it out. Instead, they exiled the healer, who tried to solve the problem, to the Xianzhou Jumi.
I understand if you hold grudges against me, Miss Lingshaw. I take the blame for the resurgence of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. As for why Hule was only in prison, I can shed some light on that too.
I'm just a healer. I'm not familiar with the past. I'd appreciate it if you could enlighten me, General.
All right. Let me tell you more about it as we go.
Ooh, this is gonna be interesting. Oh. Uh-oh, you want to fight? Okay, let's fight. Let's find out what's going on. Let's find out what she does.
Existence is unity.
Annoying. She got a counter. I wonder what that's gonna be for. That ain't good. Thought you were a healer. You're abundance. What do we got here? Deals minor fire. Okay, what do we got here? Deals minor fire damage and restores HP for all allies.
Feeling tired already?
Okay.
Do you require invigoration?
All right, so she hits everyone. Okay.
What do you want to know?
We're running out of skill points though, which kind of sucks.
Stand still.
Alrighty. Well,
Good times. Time to say bye. Boom. Relax.
Okay. Marshmallow rabbit. Okay, that's definitely something. All right. That's an interesting attack and heal kind of situation. Not bad.
Breathe
I
out
can-
the old and inhale the new.
I can fit that in my teams.
Did this Cloud Knight also take the medicine?
Lingsha peels open the Cloud Knight's armor and stretches out her hands to search for a
No.
moment.
This is a Borisan in disguise. A guard killed him before he could return to his original form.
Interesting. And so I would think that they would return to their original form after they die, since they can't take the medicine.
All these Borisin are dressed in official attire. Besides the Cloud Knight, there were also 2 Borisin disguised as members of the Skyfaring Commission and the Artisanship Commission. Whoever is providing them with official identities must hold the position of power. Let's search elsewhere.
Crazy talk. Okay, so right, we're following. Okay, so we can technically don't have to look at all the suspicious clues, but why wouldn't we? No reason to fight over there. Oh, okay. Can't use this right now, can we? Oh, we can. I don't know why we would, but okay, we can do it real quick. Actually, we were over here. Oh, I think there was a tough enemy over here, and I killed it because I had a good team. I had my team ready, so that makes sense. Right, another. Oh, this is just a random person. This must be a Borson. A prisoner is on the ground. The joy of regaining freedom and sudden shock. The joy of regaining freedom and sudden shock. These 2 expressions are frozen on his pale face at the moment of death.
Someone bit open his arteries and drained almost all of his blood while he was still alive. Such a cruel and ruthless act.
Ew.
Despite being a long-lived species, Borson are actually more like predatory beasts that must feed on raw blood and flesh. I've heard that Hule was deprived of food and water in the shackling prison. It's hard to imagine how he managed to suppress his hunger for over 7 centuries. Will the hostage from the Yaoqing be able to avoid being his meal?
Such is the terrible nature of the abominations of abundance. We subjected him to the Forest of Swords to drain his life force. But in the end, his punishment turned into a test of our patience. Just like you said, Miss Linshaw. Casting a creature that can't be killed into a star would be a way to permanently get rid of it. But unfortunately...
The Phoxians didn't agree to that.
How astute.
Exactly. The atrocities committed by Hule went beyond mere massacres. Throughout numerous wars, we made every effort to eradicate the Borisin. But Hule, with his mysterious sorcery, turned countless Phoxians into his pawns. And so the Borisin kept returning. The Phoxians curse his name day and night, and they even use it to scare children into staying quiet. How could they grant a swift death to such a great sinner? I wonder if you know why Hule wasn't taken into custody by the Phoxian majority Xianzhou Yaoqing, but instead imprisoned in the Xianzhou Luofu, Miss Linshaw.
As you mentioned, your mentor was an exceptional warrior and was the one who defeated Hule, an extraordinary achievement. Therefore, the Marshal placed this feral beast under the jurisdiction of the Xianzhou Luofu as an honor, I assume?
It seems you have a major misunderstanding about this arrangement, Miss Linshaw. Allow me to explain it to you.
Politics. Oh, I thought you were gonna get it explained to us, but apparently not. Wait. Oh, how do I get to the... There's apparently a puzzle here, and I couldn't figure out how to get to it. I still don't know how to get to it. I wonder if I do this. Oh no, that goes up. Never mind. Thought it might go down. Definitely not a puzzle down there. Maybe it's up higher. No. Must not be. I have no idea where it could be then. I'll have to eventually explore. It isn't gonna start sending us down. Oh, there's Borison. And there's a Psycrane. Psycranes, fly, basically. We had to use this in order to open up the way when we came down here the first time. I don't remember. Actually, I kind of remember. I don't. Is it from low to high or something like that? We don't need to do that now because it's open, so. The wolf-shaped mech disintegrates into a pile of metal.
Yan Qing told me that an IPC ship was attacked by Borison. Is this what they were transporting on the ship?
A biomimetic weapon that will auto-restart even after being turned off. Or the Intelligentsia Guild's research on the traits of longevity.
Yes. The Artisanship Commission and Alchemy Commission conducted a joint examination and found that the parts of this machine are made from specially refined Borison biotissue.
Jeez.
I heard the Intelligentsia Guild has been researching the biological properties of long-life species, hoping to make medical or combat-related discoveries. However, they haven't dared to cross any lines due to their so-called relationship with the Alliance.
Perhaps to those scholars, Borison are no different from lab animals. Maybe the Borison attacked that ship to retaliate against the Intelligentsia Guild for experimenting on them?
No. If it were only about revenge, they could just wreck the ship and destroy all the cargo, instead of allowing it to end up in the shackling prison. It was a deliberate display to showcase the dangerous nature of the cargo in broad daylight. This way, the cargo would end up in the shackling prison, serving as a tool for the prison break.
This skill in exploiting the blind spots of others' mindsets is so atypical of them. I'm afraid the IPC and the Intelligentsia Guild unknowingly became their accomplices.
Really? Is it really unknowingly? I mean, we don't know at this point, right? And to be honest, I don't know very much about the story, so I'm 100% just guessing right now. Something seems to be hiding in the pile of metal on the ground, ready to move.
Watch out! This thing is still alive.
Oh, we gotta fight it too. Okay.
Even after suffering such severe attacks?
Their imitation of long-life species has crossed the line. May the foul stench dissipate quickly. Time to cleanse the filth.
Okay, it does heal everyone. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Stand still. There's more to life. Relax.
I thought that would get. I thought that was gonna get the.
It can still move. It means it wasn't damaged enough.
Okay, so
let's make sure it never moves again.
She gets a follow-up attack at some point. Okay, interesting. I wish I could see what her target is. Let me see. Can I want to see.
Do you require invigoration?
I want to know what's her. Oh, she's got like a creature that does stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Destiny isn't chosen.
Ill fate descends.
I'm curious about her ultimate. We'll hold it for the next. I wonder if it has to do with that.
Stand still.
Damage sustained.
thought that would win, but it didn't.
Get it together.
May as well kill them all.
And died. Died as it lived. Big bitch. The giant machine goes silent again. Like a wounded beast drained of blood, it can no longer move.
You haven't answered my question about why Hulei was imprisoned in the Lafu instead of the Yaoqing, General. You've been reserved in your response. Could it be that such an arrangement wasn't an honor?
The reason why the Marshal didn't leave Hulei on the Yaoqing lies in the very mech in front of us.
Are you suggesting that there are people trying to understand Hulei's secrets and use them for their own purposes? Just like with this mech? Well, I understand. I've heard that the Foxians on the Yaoqing share a bloodline with the Borison. And just like the Borison, some of the Foxians there experience an uncontrollable insanity called moon rage.
Everyone had some kind of weird affliction that terrorizes them. I mean, you have the Mara struck for the long-lived Lafuians. I forget what we call them. Now the Foxians have something too called moon rage. What the hell, man? I guess all these long-lived races have something crazy.
The Marshal believed that this would be inhumane and no different from what the Borison did, so...
Exactly. While Borison see moon rage as a blessing that unlocks their true potential, Foxians see it as an inevitable curse within their bloodline. Countless healers of the Yaoqing have attempted to unravel this mystery, but to no avail. Why can Borison control the power of moon rage? Can we Foxians break free from this curse? These questions were asked frequently. Each questioner had good intentions. But the road to catastrophe is paved with good intentions. To the Foxians of the Yaoqing, Hulei was not only the warhead of the Borison, but also a monster that could be the subject of much research. Hulei thus became a poison that corrupted people's minds without their knowing.
That's why the Marshal decided to imprison Hulei and the Lafu. It wasn't an honor, but rather a warning.
Because such selfish pursuits in the name of good intentions once led to a tragedy on the Lafu that served as a warning to future generations.
Pointedly not looking at Down Hunger right now.
This edition of Imbibitor Lunae.
He's right there. Well, not the Imbibitor, but his reincarnation.
By imprisoning Hulei and the Xianzhou Lafu, the Marshal both suppressed the dangerous intentions of the Yaoqing Foxians and warned the Xianzhou Lafu to refrain from repeating its mistake.
That was a necessary trade-off. The Xianzhou Alliance is not solely about the Xianzhou natives. Only when all three races, Foxian, Vidyadhara, and Xianzhou natives, form an alliance, will there be a promising future for all.
Thank you for enlightening me. Was it for the same reason that you traded off my mentor to the Xianzhou Zhuming, only to stand idle and allow the resurgence of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus?
You said that I couldn't bear to cut out the malignant tumor within the Alchemy Commission, but instead exiled the healer who tried to solve the problem to the Xianzhou Zhuming. But did your mentor tell you her good intentions led her to perform certain healing arts on Dan Heng, who had just finished his hatching rebirth, so that he would regain the memories of his past life?
What did you just say?
Ho 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 ho! Now we're getting somewhere here. Ho ho ho! Talk about a bombshell. Ling Xiao's like, this motherfucker, and now it's like, oh shit, this motherfucker's actually might have been right.
She believed that restoring the High Elder's knowledge of his past life would allow the Vidyadhara to resume their duty as the guardians of the Ambrosial Arbor. quelling the strife within their clan and bringing everything back on the right path. But just as I mentioned earlier, the road to catastrophe is always paved with good intentions. Since then, the 6 charioteers decided that the Alchemy Commission would no longer have a cauldron master. Until your arrival now.
If that's the case, I should thank you for protecting my mentor by exiling her, General.
Quite the contrary. I should be the one thanking you.
Thanking me?
All I ever want is to have a clear conscience. However, can long-life species truly achieve that goal in their long-drawn lives? For example, you were implicated along with your mentor, and forced to leave your homeland without knowing the truth. And now, with the complicated situation in the Alchemy Commission, the Alliance has spared me a lot of trouble by sending you to handle this challenging task. Shouldn't I be thanking you instead?
Your eloquence is indeed impressive, the Divine Foresight. You won't even leave me any excuses to hold a grudge against you. But, let me make it clear. The Alliance sent me here to handle the business impartially, not to choose sides.
It doesn't matter which side you choose, Miss Lingshaw. At the end of the day, both you and I stand on the side of the Alliance, don't we? Let's keep going.
There you go. Jinguans learn how to play the game. I really need to do the character quest for that whole Cloud Quartet, because I think I'm missing out on like a lot of what went on. I had to do like pretty much all the character quests though. This is where Hule was being kept. Oh. A mess of bodies. A fierce battle must have been fought here. So we're going to examine the Mara-struck remains.
These Mara-struck soldiers don't appear to be escaped prisoners.
How can you tell?
These soldiers are fully armed. Obviously, they didn't hastily join the battle.
The messenger named Morza did say that there were 2 groups of attackers. The other attackers, aside from the Borison, could hide their tracks. I believe he was referring to these people.
Hide their tracks?
Exactly. I've engaged with these attackers before, and they used Cloud Hymn magic to hide their presence. Without careful observation, no one can detect them.
You once warned me to be cautious of the Vidyadhara Elder's influence within the Alchemy Commission. Could it be?
What's on your mind, Miss Lingshaw?
Well, it seems that someone provided the attackers with a map of the shackling prison. And considering the Vidyadhara's involvement in the prison's construction, it raises suspicion about their role in this.
Oh shit.
Additionally, the fact that the Borison need medicine to disguise themselves would suggest that there are still moles within the Alchemy Commission assisting them covertly. Moreover, forging official identities for the undercover Borison would require someone with significant authority. And the presence of assassins capable of using Cloud Hymn magic deepens my suspicion about the Preceptors. But why would the Vidyadhara collude with the Borison and aid in Hule's escape?
They aim to spread chaos. They believe that only in chaos can they regain their former power and influence. Since this edition of Imbibe de Lune, the once proud dragon race has been powerless, watching their influence wane. Being a native of the Luofu, Miss Lingsha, I believe you understand the implications.
However, I don't think the Preceptors are the true masterminds. If I'm not mistaken, the one behind all this treachery is the Lord Ravager who exploited the weaknesses within the Law Fu and instigated the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, ultimately leading to the Ambrosial Arbor's resurrection. Fentilia.
Oh, her again? But she's so hot. That boss fight against her? Oh, God. Whew. Whew. I don't like fighting her, but I do love watching that boss fight.
Please remember, General, that everything I've mentioned is mere speculation. We need concrete evidence for a public trial. If you want to interrogate someone within the Videodara's ranks, you'll need irrefutable proof.
So, what's your plan, Miss Ling Sha?
I'll send an invitation to the Preceptors.
An invitation?
The Preceptors have been inviting me for a personal meeting since my arrival on the Lafu. Now, I'll send them the remains of these Mara-struck soldiers and the route map I found in the prisoner's possession. Then, I'll ask them to meet me at Scale Gorge Waterscape. I'd like to hear their explanations.
Interesting, interesting.
Good idea. If I were to take action, it might alert the true mastermind. I trust you to handle this matter, Miss Ling Sha. The internal affairs of the Videodara should remain under their jurisdiction. And don't worry if things don't go smoothly. Once the wolf hunt operation is over, the hidden truths will come to light.
Speaking of the wolf hunt operation, I'm truly worried about the Yaoqing messenger who was taken hostage. Hulei was starving in the shackling prison for centuries. I don't know if the messenger can survive in that wolf's clutches. May Rainbow's blessing keep him safe.
That where we're going next? Yep. 2 dual hours before the war dance convenes in the Exalting Sanctum.
As I said, I'm a healer. But my art of healing requires the culinary arts to be truly effective. The magic of my cauldron is its ability to make all kinds of medicines into dishes that patients can eat. When simmered and cooked together, any kind of medicinal herb or ingredient becomes a delightful delicacy.
Delicacy. But isn't that just one flavor overpowering the others?
These are shape-shifted Borson.
Well, you have a point. Let me ask you this. If there's a fussy child who refuses to eat green peppers, what's the best way to make him eat them?
Stuff the kid's mouth with the green peppers and cook him alive in a pot.
That's a little over the top.
You have quite the sense of humor. I've heard that you, Borison, have lost many of your taste buds during the self-modification process, so you can't experience complex flavors. Only the saltiness of blood and flesh truly awakens your appetite.
It's a shame I don't have any green peppers right now. Otherwise, I'd happily stuff them into your mouth and cook you alive in a pot.
I'm just kidding. The answer is quite simple. Chop up the peppers and mix them with minced meat to make meatballs. This way, the flavor of the meat overpowers the taste of the peppers. And even a fussy child can enjoy them.
Can I just boil your tongue in this hot pot? I know you're trying to buy time until someone comes to your rescue. You said that Jin Liu recently returned to the Lafu, right? Well, she did come back. But, unfortunately, I also found out that she committed serious crimes and was escorted to another Xianzhou ship.
Yeah, if you didn't realize this, Jingliu has gone nuts as she is close to being Mars-struck, and so she's like fighting off that madness, so she's a little crazy.
Do you really think you can delay our departure by provoking Lord Hulei's desire for revenge with your clever little tongue. You see Borison as savages who know nothing about the Xianzhou. But in fact, we know all about your tracking tricks. Like the jade abacus you're carrying, and the side cranes in the sky. The more hope you hold in your heart, the greater your pain will be when death comes. I wonder if you can maintain your composure when I tear your throat open.
His composure is only a temporary effect of the medicine. And it will wear off soon, right?
Lord Hule.
Oh, you pathetic Foxians. For thousands of years, we were the ones who allowed you to live, and who granted you civilization. But in the end, you chose to betray us for the freedom promised by the Xianzhou people. But it's all right. As long as you catch the scent of your masters, you obediently return to us. No matter how far you run away.
Refute you by pointing out that they are the runaways?
Run away, you said? Well, I'm not the one who's trying to run away right now. The Borison's era has long passed. Did they ever tell you these harsh facts before giving you hope for returning home? Lord Hule? Now they're being crushed by the Merlin's claw of the Yaoqing. By a Foxian. They're hiding in remote corners of the cosmos, trembling with fear like a wounded beast on its last legs, reaching out desperately for any fake hope of salvation, which in this case is you.
The Merlin's claw of the Yaoqing. A Foxian? Very interesting. Tell me, Moktok, is he speaking the truth?
He isn't lying. That lowly beast was a war slave who ran away from our pack. Cannon fodder, a thief! She stole our power and used her knowledge about us to fight us, using every dirty trick in the book!
Sounds smart to me.
And she bested you, Moktok. Fairness is but a pathetic excuse for the dead and defeated. Since our great pack has fallen apart, who told you that I was alive? And who sent you here?
In our darkest hours, it was a prophet of the Master of Immortality, named Mongus, who showed us the way. Her guidance brought us hope.
Do I know that name? I'm trying to think here.
This prophet, Mongus, what does she want?
The prophet made this proclamation. The Borison have been divided for too long, and only your return can unite all the packs, restoring us to our former glory. That's when we learned that you were still alive. It must have been a manifestation of the Master of Immortality! And the prophet told us that the Foxian general of the Yaoqing would take you to her ship during the Lafu's war dance, and that it would be our best chance to infiltrate and free you from your prison. And just as she said, we did it!
Even if you managed to set Hule free, you'd have no way to escape.
We've already prepared our ships, and the prophet's prediction will surely come true.
Once the news about the prison break spreads, the Cloud Knights will close all the ports. You may think you've escaped the prison, but you're just trapped in another cage, known as the Lafu.
Let me kill this unruly, lowly beast, Lord Hule! I assure you that our star skiffs will soon arrive. Right now, Everyone in the Luofu is distracted by the stupid war dance. So this will be the perfect chance to escape. Once you've returned to your territory, your revenge against the Xianzhou ships will be within reach.
Perfect chance to return to my weak and shattered pack at the mercy of a ridiculous false prophet and become a mere puppet in her clutches. Her plan is full of flaws. The only paths she has prepared for you are escape and death. Listen up. A wolf never allows itself to become prey. From now on, you'll follow my orders. Since you are so confident that the Cloud Knights will close the ports, Jiaoqiu, I'm now giving you a chance to go and see it for yourself. Go to the ports, come back, and tell me what you saw.
Wait, what did you just say?
But my lord!
Would an alpha wolf ever listen to a cub, Moktok?
No, I've never heard anything like that. I wasn't trying to defy your will. I will always unquestioningly follow your orders.
So you say. What game are you playing?
Just a little pre-hunt entertainment. Don't you want to run away? You will come back. Because Foxians like you always obediently return to their masters, no matter how far they run away.
Talking some bad shit though, my god.
Water! Oh, I need some water! What the heck was I thinking? If I knew it'd end like this, I would have stayed in the shackling prison. Better to live in shackles than die free.
Examine the injuries.
Let me take a look. I can help you out.
Are you a healer? Please, bandage me up. I don't want to die.
Although Hule and his followers can currently hide in the city, won't be long before they're found. What was he planning when he let me go?
Okay, let's talk to these guys then.
I don't fully understand Lord Hule's intentions, but don't think you can simply run away. Understood.
You know why I'm letting you go. Because Foxians like you always obediently return to their masters, no matter how far they run away. Head to the port and report back to me. Let's see if they really closed it like you expected.
Alright, so we're gonna have some options here when we come back for the next one. Let's see what the achievement is that we get. In a single battle, use Lingsha to keep Fu Yuan on the field until victory. Okay, I'm not sure how we did. I guess just getting her out there, I suppose. Very nice indeed. Nothing that we gotta worry about here. All right, perfect. Awesome. So that's pretty good. It's a good place to stop. Don't want to get further into it and then go way over what I was expecting to do. So this is where we will pick up tomorrow, although I will be doing dailies earlier to get you know, all the daily stuff done. So I'm sure we'll have to come back here for the stream tomorrow. But yeah, I guess I should probably do some more of the initial hunt pieces so that I can upgrade that light cone up to 80. Yeah, I probably need to do some light cone experience things to get it up to 80, but man, I've been doing pretty good with the traces so far. So we're pretty close to closing that off. We do need to worry about some artifacts, but we're trying what we can get. But yeah, so cool. Did pretty good here though. I did like I said, we got pretty good here. So we'll see how we do tomorrow then. We should have some extra time to push a little bit further. But we shall see. But cool. So yep, it's a definitely continue on basically right from where the last bit of stories ended. So even though we missed the last one, we're kind of sucks to not have the full context of what's going on here for the stream, but tried to fill in as much as possible. So hopefully things are starting to make a little bit more sense now that we're starting to see more lore and stuff coming through. So yeah, awesome. But like I said, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll continue this. We'll push forward and see what we can do. So it'll be Friday. That'll be good. Fridays are always good as we enter the weekend. But like I said, that's tomorrow, so we gotta wait a little bit. But yeah, that is gonna do it for me tonight. I'm gonna get some sleep so that I can work tomorrow. Didn't quite get to the hour and a half, but like I said, that was a good stopping point, so I didn't want to push my luck a little bit. I probably could have done some of the optional stuff, but I didn't want to get caught up in anything. You never know when the next like 20-minute piece will come in. That's not what I wanted to deal with. So tomorrow though, well, we can chance it, but not tonight. So thank y'all for hanging out and watching. Do appreciate it. If you're enjoying yourself here on the Twitch side, that follow button and notification button. If you're on YouTube, of course, you can like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Stream, videos, all that stuff. Really do appreciate it. And we'll be putting up the Unicorn Overlord videos soon. I've uploaded a couple of them, but I gotta get them ready. Basically I want to do the timestamps, and I gotta find time to do that. It takes a little bit of time, especially with the first one. The first initial one is the first initial battles and such, so it definitely takes some time. And that, I think the first one, initial one's like 4 hours of stuff, so so yeah, that's gonna take a while to kind of flip through and do. So once that one's out the way, it'll be a little bit easier, because most of them will be normal, like hour and a half streams, so pretty easy to get through. I think there's only like usually like a battle or two to mark, and yeah, we'll be getting them out as much as possible. So there's links in the description of the videos to Twitch and social media. And on the Twitch side, there is !YouTube to get to the YouTube page, and !socials to get to social media, which is Mastodon, /VTFNG.social. So get to one thing, you should be able to get to everything else. Perfect, right? That's the whole point. So thank y'all for hanging out, for doing all the stuff, being cool, all that good stuff. So y'all be good, be safe, be well, stay fresh, and I will catch all of y'all next time. So y'all have a good one.